All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. In this video, I'm going to respond to a subscriber over on Instagram's question and some insights that they shared about Teofimo Lopez, Adrein Broner, and also Jose Pedraza, a former victim of Gervonta Tank Davis. We'll be talking about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. Before I get into the subject matter of the video, though, please make sure to share, subscribe, like the channel, all that good stuff. It really does help the channel grow, and I would greatly appreciate it. All right, this is kind of like a fan type of conversation, barbershop type of conversation that we're going to have in this particular video. Was asked some questions on Instagram by several different people who must have got a wind of something that I do not believe is true. And if it is true, let me put it this way, that is a sad state of boxing. But in short, this is what it is. Teofimo Lopez, who was the former lightweight champion, he is pretty much on the outs with Bob Arum in Top Rank. He had a difficult relationship with him over the last 2 years, and he pretty much crashed and burned in his fight with George Kambosos. So now, and afterwards, they tried to do some rebuilding of his reputation by releasing information about him being sick, his esophagus swelling up, all kind of stuff, right? To kind of build him up and kind of give excuses. Or I don't want to say excuses, but they pretty much are excuses as to why he lost to George Kambosos, right? So the question obviously is, where does Teofimo Lopez go from here? Now, I'm going to tell you what I know from what I have actually heard from Bob Arum, and that he is looking to have Gervonta Tank Davis, to have Teofimo Lopez fight a guy named Jose Pedraza, who was the first guy that Gervonta Davis won a belt off of at 130 pounds. He also was a former 135-pound champion who Vasily Lomachenko beat, I do believe, to get the WBO 135-pound champion. Wound up going the distance with Vasily Lomachenko, and I do believe he broke a pretty long streak of knockouts by Vasily Lomachenko. But now Jose Pedraza is moving up to 140 pounds. I can't recall the name of the person that he's fighting at 140 pounds, but Bob Arum said that he would be looking for Teofimo Lopez to fight Jose Pedraza, win or lose, coming off of his next fight, because he said that Teofimo Lopez can no longer make 135 pounds. He said he's not going to put him in another fight where he has to lose that much weight. And he also is going to make sure that, he gets a full battery of tests or whatever before his next fight. So he's up there at 140. As far as Adrein Broner, what I have heard about Adrein Broner is that Adrein Broner is looking to come back into the sport, and that Adrein Broner will probably be fighting at somewhere between 140 and 147 pounds. Obviously, there's guys like Conor Benn that are looking to get the fight with him, and other people are going to be wanting to fight Adrein Broner, because Adrein Broner is a big name in the sport. He's an entertaining guy in the lead up to the fight, so the fight should sell well. As far as whether or not Adrein Broner would fight Teofimo Lopez in the next fight, I don't know how that would happen. I don't believe that would be the case, and for several reasons. One is that Teofimo Lopez fights with Top Rank, right? And Top Rank is not shelling out a lot of money for fights. Adrein Broner is going to want top dollar for fighting anybody. Adrein Broner is a guy that's going to get several $1 million a fight if he fights Conor Benn. If he fought whoever he fights, he's going to get several $1 million for that fight. And so unless Bob Arum was willing to pay Adrein Broner more money than he pays Teofimo Lopez, I don't see that fight happening. I don't see him spending that money on that, especially for a fight that's going to be aired on ESPN. Now, the difference being with a guy like Conor Benn, who is not as big a name, I don't think, as Teofimo Lopez. Eddie Hearn and those guys might be willing to invest the money in Adrein Broner to get Adrein Broner over to the UK where they can sell, where they can sell out a stadium, have that big name there and get their return on their investment from the money that they got to pay Adrein Broner, but not in the scenario with Teofimo Lopez. Now, also, another reason why I don't think that they would put Adrein Broner in there with Teofimo Lopez is there ain't no guarantee Teofimo Lopez is going to beat Adrein Broner. Because honestly, man, Teofimo Lopez really, he looked bad against George Kambosos. And I do believe that George Kambosos is more fresh in his career, right? He's, at a higher level, as far as what his potential is right now than Adrein Broner, but he does not pack the punch that Adrein Broner packs. And Adrein Broner, every time he comes out, gives the other guy a very, very good fight. So Teofimo Lopez could actually come in there and wind up looking bad against Adrein Broner in that fight. So no, I do not think that Adrein Broner is going to be a good pick for Teofimo Lopez or a realistic pick really for him in Top Rank. But I will say something about Adrein Broner and what I did, because I've said this before, is I was like, I think Teofimo Lopez is probably Adrein Broner 2.0. That, I think, is that you can make a comparison between the guys' careers, except for Adrein Broner in his career really did make, Adrein Broner probably did more in his career winning titles at 135. What did he win it at 135, 130, 135, 140, right? But he was definitely over a series of fights, a top-level guy. And Teofimo Lopez won one fight against Vasily Lomachenko and went pop after that. So Teofimo Lopez probably has a better victory than Adrein Broner. But, as far as the trajectory of their careers, after what happened to him against George Kambosos, you can't tell me that George Kambosos fight does not reek of the Marcos Maidana fight with Adrein Broner at 147 pounds. And let me add you, that was at 147 pounds. That was not at 135 pounds. It wasn't at 130 pounds. Adrein Broner handled his business in those smaller weight classes when he was there. And then it was when he got to the upper weight classes that he lost his focus and all of that stuff. But Adrein Broner, man, Teofimo Lopez absolutely looks like he's going down the same track is Adrein Broner, but I don't think that these two guys are going to meet in a fight. Now, I'm not going to say that it's impossible that would happen, but I think a lot of stars would have to align for that. And I don't know the main thing, though, because I don't think that it would be an uncompetitive fight or a fight that I wouldn't think would be a good build-up fight for Teofimo. Because if he could come in there at 140 at a catch weight or whatever Adrein Broner can actually make, I don't know if he can even make 140 pounds anymore. But if they get, a weight, some reasonable weight where they could fight each other, yeah, that might be a good comeback fight for Teofimo Lopez because it would get a lot of attention. It would get a lot, it would definitely, I don't care what you say, the fight between the two would definitely sell out. I just don't think it's anything really realistic because he's with Top Rank and Top Rank is not going to want to pay all of that money for him. So, but as far as a Jose Pedraza fight, I find that pretty interesting, man, that he would be fighting Terrence Crawford's leftovers, Gervonta Davis's leftovers. It seems like a lot of people in those weight classes are fighting the same guys that Gervonta Davis has beaten, but yet, talking smack about who Gervonta Davis is not fighting, right? Because at this point, as Devin Haney fought Yuriorkis Gamboa, you have Vasily Lomachenko who beat Jose Pedraza, and you would have Teofimo Lopez who fought Jose Pedraza. So, anyway, it is what it is. But that's my take on the scenario. You let me know what you think in the comment section. Hit the like, share, subscribe button, all that good stuff. And with that, I'm out. Peace.